Hello everyone, this is John Fawcett, Warning Coordination Meteorologist for the National Weather Service Office serving southern New Mexico and far west Texas. This weather briefing concerns a thunderstorm scenario developing, possibly even severe thunderstorms, for Thursday through Saturday. The time of this briefing is Wednesday afternoon. The potential impacts, well, should severe weather develop, mainly east of the Rio Grande, especially Hudspeth County, eastern Otero County, you'd have damaging winds and large hail. Peak time would be Friday, could be as early as Thursday evening and into Saturday afternoon. Further west, you have drier air, so your thunderstorms are more likely to produce dry lightning, dry microbursts. Those winds could be pretty strong and even damaging. That'd be west of the Rio Grande Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. And if you get enough of a push of moisture in from the east, if it gets far enough west, you might even have severe weather in El Paso and Doñana counties. If that happens, probably going to be Friday afternoon and evening. Blowing dust is a threat with those dry thunderstorms west of the Rio Grande. And if the moisture is deep enough and hangs around long enough, maybe you would have some flash flooding in Hudspeth County Friday evening and maybe Saturday. But that's the least of our threats at this time. With the weather scenario, you have this upper low over Southern California, and late this evening it'll be approaching, but still well off to the west. Now, look at those lines. The green lines show you the upper flow. The blue lines are dew point lines, and that where the dew point lines are packed together, like east of El Paso on this map, that's called the dry line. It's basically a boundary between the abundant Gulf moisture to the east and the dry desert air to the west. Finally, the orangish lines are precipitation. As we get into late Thursday evening, that dry line's getting closer, and it should be covering Hudspeth County, so they could be having some thunderstorms popping up Thursday evening, and a couple of those could even be severe. Meanwhile, the upper low coming in from the west will start affecting our area with maybe a few dry thunderstorms over the Gila region. Moving into Friday afternoon and evening will be the peak time for any severe weather in this scenario. The upper low will be close enough to give us rising motions over the entire area, and the dry line might even be as far west as the Rio Grande. So watch out for Friday afternoon and evening. The dry slot may not have much of an effect Friday evening, more of an effect Saturday afternoon. And yet the upper low is so close you can't count out thunderstorms over the area. The dry line, even on this, even though this computer graphic here shows it way off to the east, it still could be far enough west to give Hudspeth County some severe weather. So Sunday afternoon, the upper trough will be far enough to the east that we'll probably just have a few thunderstorms over the mountains. And then as you go into Memorial Day, maybe a little disturbance on the backside of the trough could give you a thunderstorm or two over the Sacramento Mountains. Keep that in mind if you're going up there for outdoor activities. But overall, Memorial Day should be hotter and drier. Uncertainties. Well, that dry line, how far west is it going to get, and how long is it going to hang around? The amount and western extent of the moisture behind that dry line can really determine how much we get in the way of severe weather and how far west. Also the upper low, if it slows down and hangs around Arizona for a couple of days, well, that could have an effect on our Memorial Day. We don't see that at this time though. And then the dry slot. If it's too extensive, it'll squelch thunderstorms in the southern lowlands, especially on Saturday. But right now, we're just going to watch and see what happens. A lot of these things don't really give you much warning until a few hours ahead of time. So we don't have any watches or warnings in effect at this time. But we're anticipating a few severe thunderstorm warnings, mainly east of the Rio Grande. Some special weather statements for sub-severe storms almost anywhere. That means strong storms, just not quite severe. And then a slight chance of a flash flood warning well to the east over Hudspeth County. So to summarize the expected impacts, severe weather potential mainly east of the Rio Grande, especially Hudspeth and Otero counties, Friday afternoon being the peak. And then dry microbursts with blowing dust and dry lightning Thursday, Friday, and Saturday west of the Rio Grande. That's it. Monitor the latest information. You can look at the ways to do that before you on the screen. And I want to thank you for your time.